haven't talked about anything related to my personal insights regarding AI chatbot addiction. And I'm gonna be honest, it's because I was kind of embarrassed for a while because I was doing very well, staying off AI and staying clean and not using it. And then I relapsed back and forth and back and forth, and I felt kind of like a fraud, like I shouldn't be talking about it if it is not a problem that I, you know, it made me feel like I wasn't doing enough to try and stop my problem, even though that's not the case, and that I need to stop touching my face. I need to stop doing that, like boinking my own nose, even though that's not a productive way to look at it. This is a non-linear form of recovery. So instead, I am going to come on and talk some more about things I personally have been doing that have helped. Because I am once again, getting fur in my mouth. There you go. But I'm once again on a path of being clean or free from using chatbots. It's been, I think, about 3 weeks this time around, which is really good. I'm very proud of myself. Last time I had a streak of 6 months, and then I relapsed and I was using AI again, and I felt really awful because I felt like I just ruined this whole long streak of being, free from it. But that's not true. I have learned a few things from my studies in psychology about healing from addictions, and it's just not going to be a linear progress. And I can't do that to myself. And if you struggle from an AI addiction, you cannot be hard on yourself if you relapse. I am passing this knowledge on to you right now. Don't be hard on yourself. It's going to be difficult to not be hard on yourself, especially since this is a very new phenomena. AI addiction and all the problems related to heavy AI usage. It can be very hard. You're going to feel like there is no other option, that you're never going to shake this, that you are just like the slave to the chatbots or whatever you're using, the LLMs. Just even especially if you were doing a lot of research on the negative impacts of AI and the environmental problems, the corporations who don't give a shit if there are people literally losing their sanity, going into psychosis or getting serious mental health issues, taking their own lives, taking other people's lives because this technology, this bot, has told them to do so and has fed them these lies that what they're doing is acceptable. And I understand that. And then I understand that you could be like me. Like, I know the ins and outs of these models and stuff now. Now, obviously, I don't know how they work, but I know the more of the psychological things that they implement to get you to keep going back. It's instant gratification. It is customizing the chats how you want them. It's if you get a reply that you don't like, you can just regenerate a new one. It's never opposing you. It's so many things. You're getting the rush of dopamine. You can, suspend your belief, like, in all that sort of thing, because it can feel like you're talking to a real person, even if you recognize the patterns that these AIs have, because they're trained off of so many things. You recognize the M dash, the listing of, it's like, oh, it's not just this, it's this. You recognize all those little things. It's just that we're humans, and when we, I know, there's a human under here. There's a human underneath this mask. Sorry to break the magic for you guys. I'm not actually a cow dragon, but as human beings, we still recognize these things as humans, and even if we know they're not, like, we know deep down they're not, it's just it when it is human-like to this degree, then that can make the interaction, more real to us, even if it's not a human. It's just a bot. It's built off of human writing or human, expressions of emotion and creativity. I mean, that's what I had to do. I had to watch video after video talking about the awful things that have happened because AI, how it's destroying our environment, it's destroying our minds. And these big companies don't give a shit. Of course, they never are going to. The only thing that they're going to care about is if it's affecting them and their profits or anything like that. So I had to take matter into my own hands, and I had to, after I realized, I had to be like, this is not right. I can't do this again. I can't be at the beck and call of these fucking bots. It's not real. And that's not to say that you can't enjoy things that aren't real. I mean, look at me. Obviously, you can enjoy things that aren't real, but I just mean something so detrimental to your mental health. And for what? What, for a bot that can't experience, the bot that doesn't have any emotions, any experiences? Can it take accountability? No, the people that made it have to take accountability. Because it's not a human, it's not a person, it's not anything but a large language model. So that's why I'm telling you right now to not be so hard on yourself. Because that's how they're made. They are made to feel human. And to me, that, when I really step back and I think about it, that's so disturbing. That's so disturbing that it's something created that is so far removed as to what a human is. And yet it could still act like a human. I say stuff like, it reminds me of, like, if you watch the analog horror series, the Mandela Catalog, I need to catch up on it, and I need to rewatch it. But I generally know what it's about, but I'll spoil it real quick if you haven't seen it. So just warning for that, just warning, spoilers. But in the Mandela Catalog, it's about these demons that come, and they pretend to be humans, and they learn how to speak like humans and look like humans, even if sometimes they look like a person, but something's off about them, like their eyes are too big, or their arms are too long, and all this crazy stuff. And they try to speak like a human, but something's off, something's not right. They're something not human. And yet they are still trying to blend in with humans in order to, I'm not going to spoil anymore, because even though it's 2026, I know some people haven't seen the Mandela Catalog yet, but you get the idea. Like, it is something non-human that is pretending to be a human, and it is causing harm to people. And I know that's completely different, and the Mandela Catalog is different, but it's still terrifying to me. But the difference is the Mandela Catalog wasn't made by people, as far as I know. Like, they're just demons. Like, they just have existed. They came from hell. We've made this. And we've made it, and it's causing detriments to other humans. Obviously, there are other man-made things that obviously, cause problems for us. But I just think in terms of AI, we're talking about technology here, it's just so fucking out there. But yeah, don't be hard on yourself. It's going to be difficult to not be hard on yourself. You're going to feel awful if you're dealing with a chatbot addiction, just an AI addiction. You're going to be like, wow, I can't even quit using AI. You can. You can. I believe in you. You say no one believes in you. I believe in you, even if we don't know each other. I believe in you. This furry believes in you. This random furry on the internet believes that you can quit. And I'm not gonna say I can quit, so you can. I don't know how you're gonna quit. Your methods could be completely different than mine. I just quit cold turkey. Well, initially, and I kind of had a mini relapse, and I had to be like, okay, I'm going to use this for 1 hour, and then I went to 30 minutes, and then I went to 20 minutes, and then I would open up whatever my application was or my website, and look at it for a little bit, maybe type a few things, and then I just exit out and I just clear my history or just delete my account or whatever. You can do that. You can kind of taper off of it over the course of however long you need. Will it be 2 weeks you need to taper off? Fine. Is it a month? 2 months? However long you feel is needed. And just praise yourself for any allotted time that you don't use AI. I mean it. I'm serious. Even if you go 10 minutes without using AI, that's 10 less minutes you're spending on it. That's 10 less minutes. That is great. That is just 10 more minutes. So if you're not on it like 12, 24 hours a day, good. You're already doing better. So just also make sure you do that. Like if you relapse, you're not, that isn't gone. However long you were off isn't gone. Like if you spent 2 days clean and then you get back on, oh man, and I wasn't gone. That's 2 days you weren't on AI, and that's good. That's a good thing. And because everybody's got to start somewhere, and even if you go back, you still have that time that you weren't on AI. So obviously, I'm not any sort of addiction counselor or anything. I'm not licensed yet, obviously. And I don't know if I'm going to specialize in addiction or anything. I don't think so. I don't know what my area of expertise is going to be in. But I'm just speaking from my experiences and just kind of giving my 2 cents on the matter. So it's kind of where I'm headed with this right now. So no, come on, get a little closer. I'm gonna. This is where, because I want to make sure you're paying attention. Okay, this is where it gets a little silly, a little wild. I'll get a little, peel back some more layers, because I think woo, excuse me, my God, that was a bad stutter. Wow, but this is where I get a little, a little weird. That's okay. So, something I have been going back to help me combat my, AI urges and things like that, and it really has been working. I'm serious. Well, it's really 2 things, or three. I can't. 3 things, and you don't have to do them. This is just me talking. And if you want to take this advice, cool. If you don't, also cool. 1, I've been exercising a little more. Nothing crazy. I'm just going on a couple walks every day. In the morning before class, if I have time, yeah, I'll go on a little walk. If it's nice outside, I go outside. I get on the treadmill if I can. Just something to get a little bit of sweat going, a little bit of my heart going. And then later in the afternoon, after I had lunch and my afternoon caffeine, because I like having caffeine in the morning and the afternoon, that's also when I take walks. After I have my caffeine, go out and have another little walk. Again, nothing crazy. I'm not going lifting, benching huge, weights or anything. If you want to do that, go right ahead. But I don't do that. I don't do that yet. You never know. I want to start doing that eventually, but I want to get a good testosterone flow first, which I got to start HRT first. But so just any kind of exercise, it's gonna help, because it's gonna give you that dopamine flow. Again, I'm not telling you how to live your life or nothing. I'm not saying, oh, you need to lose weight or nothing. I'm completely against that. My mom is like that. I ain't listening to her. I just go on a walk because it's good for me. It gives me time to be by myself and listen to music or listen to videos, whatever I want to do, if I'm while not being, sedentary. It helps me get that energy out, I should say. I've talked about how I had pent up energy, so I've been going on extra walks. And again, not even really every day, just when I have time or when I feel like it. Some days I just don't feel like it. Like I go to work and then I'm on my feet for like 5 to 8 hours. Then I just don't feel like it, so I don't. But that's one big thing that's been helping me. Another thing. This is where we're really getting kind of weird. I've been going back to meditating. I used to meditate back in 2020 to 2021, especially when I first started at the very first university I attended that I failed out of because I was very depressed later that semester. But we're not going to talk about that. But I meditated and it was very nice. I remember just how great it was. Just back, it still was, COVID and stuff, but it was starting to lift a little bit in like summer 2021 when I started there. And I just, it really has been helping. My God, more stuttering. Jeez. Then I heard you thinking, Fish, are you turning into a monk? No. You don't got to do anything crazy when you meditate. You don't need a mantra. You don't need all these crazy things. Like, you don't have to chant or nothing. You don't got to go into a crazy position. No, you just have to relax. Just try your best to clear your mind. You can find a guided meditation on YouTube. You can listen to some ocean waves or something. But you don't have to do anything. You don't have to be spiritual about it. It's just you and just getting into that state of relaxation where your mind is as clear as it can be, and then you just let life around you go on while you are relaxing. You're probably like, "Wow, Fish, you sound like one of those weird millennials or something." But seriously, it really does help. And I think especially with someone with anxiety and ADHD like me, it helps me slow down and it helps me relax, and my muscles kind of twitch as the tension goes out. I'll be sitting or laying down and I feel my legs twitch and my arms a lot because they're just tense and I don't realize. But yeah, that's what's been helping me. Nothing crazy. It could be anywhere from just 10 to 20 minutes a day. Nothing insane. Also, again, I'm hyperfixated, so I'm like, oh, meditation, is that a Witcher reference? Shut up. But yeah, that has been a big help. I've noticed my AI urges have gone down a lot because it's getting easier for me to kind of conquer the the wildness in my own brain and the urges. All right, so my last thing is, here's going a little wild. I'm practicing trying to lucid dream. Again, this is kind of what we were like, oh, come on, Fish, what are you doing here? You're not a little sorcerer or nothing. No, but you can practice the lucid dream. And it's not something spectacular. I haven't managed it yet, but I'm getting close. I just want to, lucid dream of myself ship and stuff and go to Kaer Morhen and all that good stuff. Again, it's just simple. It's just you lay down in bed, and it's another kind of relaxation technique, and you can try to have good dreams. And again, it's not foolproof, but it's just a nice thing to do. And sorry, I need to gather my thoughts for a second. Wow. Okay. It's not anything crazy, but I'm gonna go out here and say I think just connecting again and relaxing yourself and kind of connecting with yourself or whatever, all the meditation esoteric people call it. You can kind of get a grip, and then you're not so reliant on, AI or whatever you're dependent on. And I find myself remembering how I was, back at the large university I attended that summer, back when I was a kid, and just how summer felt and how the weather felt, and how just things like the sun on my face and the sound of rain and the scent of fresh air and all that sort of deal. And I think some of it does have to do with growing up. Things are just different when you get older. I'm not crazy old. I'm only 23 years old, but you do. Wow, I'm talking about nostalgia now and just how things have changed. But, things do change. And you're not the same person you were all those years ago. But you can still stop and take a moment and try to enjoy your life like that. You can still feel the sun on your face. You can still listen to the rain or breathe in the air. And even just for a little while, you can go back to how it was before. It's not going to be exact, but you can kind of feel the same feelings as you did. And now I'm getting all philosophical and shit. So I think that means it better end the video.